Have you ever noticed how, as we get older, the smallest things can make the biggest difference in how we feel? Maybe you've walked up a flight of stairs and felt a little more winded than you used to. Or maybe you found yourself slowing down at the end of the day, even when you haven't done much more than your usual routine. If you've ever wondered whether that's just old age creeping in, I want to share something encouraging with you today. It doesn't have to be that way. The truth is, your heart is the quiet engine that keeps everything running, and even after 60, you have so much control over how strong, steady, and healthy it can be. That's the beauty of the human body. It responds to the care we give it, no matter what stage of life we're in. And heart health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about having the energy to play with your grandchildren, the strength to enjoy your favorite hobbies, and the peace of mind that you'll be around to make more memories with the people you love. So today, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you about something that really matters, the daily habits that keep your heart strong after 60. And don't worry, I'm not going to bombard you with medical jargon or make you feel like you need to completely overhaul your life overnight. This is about small, steady steps, simple things you can do every single day that over time add up to years of better health and more vibrant living. Let's start with something that seems so ordinary we almost overlook it, the way we move our bodies. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or signing up for a boot camp. I mean gentle, intentional movement. Walking is one of the best gifts you can give your heart. Imagine your heart as a muscle that gets stronger every time you use it. When you take a brisk walk around your neighborhood, stroll through a park, or even walk slowly around your living room if that's what your body allows, you're giving your heart exactly what it needs: circulation, oxygen, and strength. Think of it like oiling a machine. Without movement, things stiffen and slow down. With movement, everything flows smoothly. I know some days it feels easier to just stay put in your favorite chair, but even 10 minutes of walking after breakfast or dinner can work wonders. And if walking isn't always possible, simple chair exercises, stretching, or gentle yoga are fantastic alternatives. The key is consistency, not intensity. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to keep your heart engaged and active. And while movement is essential, let's not forget that what we put into our bodies can either fuel that heart or slow it down. Food is another powerful tool we sometimes take for granted. After 60, your body becomes even more sensitive to the choices you make at the dinner table. Have you ever noticed how a heavy, greasy meal can leave you feeling sluggish, while a plate of fresh vegetables and lean protein seems to energize you? That's no coincidence. Your heart thrives on colorful whole foods. Think about a plate filled with greens, reds, oranges, and purples, spinach, tomatoes, carrots, blueberries. These foods are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your heart's arteries from damage. Fish like salmon or mackerel, which are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, act like a gentle polish for your blood vessels, keeping them flexible and smooth. And simple swaps, like choosing brown rice over white or snacking on a handful of nuts instead of chips, can slowly transform your heart health without ever making you feel deprived. One of the most powerful but overlooked changes is cutting back on salt. Many of us grew up adding a pinch here and a sprinkle there, and before you know it, that adds up. Too much salt raises blood pressure, which forces your heart to work harder than it should. I'm not saying you have to eat bland food. Herbs, spices, lemon juice, and garlic can add flavor without the hidden risks. You'll be surprised how your taste buds adjust, and soon you'll begin to savor the natural taste of the food itself. Now, I know these changes can feel a little overwhelming, especially if you've been set in your ways for decades. But here's the thing, it's never too late to start. I've spoken to people who began walking daily at 65 and found themselves stronger at 70 than they were at 55. I've seen folks who cut down on processed foods in their 60s and watched their energy skyrocket. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to take one step, then another, and keep going. And as we're talking about steps, let me remind you of something many people overlook: hydration. Water is the lifeblood of your heart. Every beat your heart makes pumps blood that's mostly made of water. If you're dehydrated, your blood gets thicker, your heart works harder, and you might feel tired or dizzy. I know, water can seem boring compared to soda, juice, or coffee. But sipping on plain water throughout the day can be one of the simplest yet most powerful habits for keeping your heart healthy. You don't have to drink gallons, just aim for steady sips, especially when you wake up, before meals, and in the evening. So we've talked about moving your body, choosing foods that fuel your heart, and remembering to drink enough water. These aren't complicated, and they don't require a prescription or a new gadget. They're habits you can start right now, today, even as you're listening to this. Imagine yourself a few months from now, walking more easily, breathing more deeply, and feeling more energetic because you made these small, consistent choices. And with that foundation laid, let's continue building on it. There's another piece of the puzzle that often surprises people when it comes to heart health, and it has less to do with the body and more to do with the mind. When most people think about heart health, they picture exercise routines or strict diets. But the truth is, your heart listens closely to your thoughts and feelings too. You've probably heard the phrase, a heavy heart, when someone is under stress or sadness, and there's a good reason for that. Your emotions don't just live in your head, they show up in your body, especially in the way your heart beats. Think about a time when you were worried or upset. Do you remember how your chest felt tighter, your breathing grew shallow, and maybe your pulse seemed faster than usual? That's no coincidence. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline make your heart work overtime, and if that happens day after day, it can wear your heart down. But the opposite is also true. Calmness, joy, laughter, and even simple gratitude can ease that burden and give your heart room to thrive. So one of the most powerful daily habits you can adopt after 60 is learning how to manage stress in gentle, healthy ways. You don't need to meditate for hours or attend expensive retreats, though if you enjoy those things, go for it. What I'm talking about are small moments of peace woven into your everyday life. Maybe it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea in the morning and taking a few slow breaths. Maybe it's listening to your favorite music, humming along, and letting the world fade away for a few minutes. Even something as simple as walking outside, feeling the sun on your skin, and noticing the sound of birds can calm your nervous system and lighten the load on your heart. And don't underestimate the power of laughter. A good chuckle with a friend or watching something funny can physically lower stress hormones, relax your blood vessels, and give your heart a break. It's not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about giving your body the balance it needs to keep you healthy long term. Now, while stress management is often overlooked, there's another habit that is equally critical and sometimes ignored because it seems too obvious: getting quality sleep. I can almost hear some of you sighing because sleep after 60 can feel tricky. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night or your body clock has shifted and you find yourself wide awake at 3 in the morning. But here's the thing, your heart needs rest just as much as your mind does. When you sleep, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your body repairs itself. If you consistently cut your nights short or toss and turn without rest, your heart doesn't get that healing downtime. Over the years, that can lead to higher risks of heart problems, fatigue, and even memory issues. So what can you do? Start with simple, gentle routines. Try going to bed and waking up around the same time each day to reset your body's rhythm. Avoid heavy meals and caffeine in the evening, and instead enjoy a calming ritual, like reading a light-hearted book, taking a warm shower, or listening to soft music. And don't underestimate the importance of your sleeping environment. A cool, dark, quiet room can work wonders. If worries tend to keep you awake, keeping a small notebook by your bed and jotting down your thoughts before sleeping can help clear your mind and let your heart rest peacefully. You see, when we talk about heart health, it's not just about movement, food, and water. It's also about balance, relaxation, and the kind of sleep that allows your body to renew itself. Because here's a secret most people don't realize. Your heart health is not only about what happens during the day, but also about the silent hours at night when your body is repairing, restoring, and preparing you for another day of living fully. Now let me share something that might surprise you. One of the simplest and most joyful habits you can embrace for a healthier heart doesn't come from a pill, a machine, or even a doctor's advice. It comes from people. Human connection is like medicine for the heart. Whether it's family, friends, or community, relationships feed your emotional well-being and directly impact your physical heart. Have you ever noticed how your chest feels lighter after a warm conversation with a loved one, or how loneliness can feel heavy and exhausting? Science now confirms what we've always known deep down. Social connection lowers stress, helps regulate blood pressure, and even improves longevity. In fact, studies show that people who maintain strong social ties as they age live longer and healthier lives than those who isolate themselves. This doesn't mean you need to be the life of the party or surround yourself with crowds. What matters is quality, not quantity. A simple phone call with an old friend, a shared meal with a neighbor, or even chatting with someone at the grocery store can lift your spirits and keep your heart healthier. And if mobility or distance makes connecting harder, technology can be a lifeline. Video calls, online groups, or even sending a thoughtful message can bridge that gap and remind you that you're not alone. I know that as we get older, friendships can change, people move away, and sometimes we lose those who were closest to us. That can make us feel isolated, but it also opens the door to building new bonds in unexpected places. Volunteering, joining a local club, or simply striking up conversations with people who share your interests can create fresh opportunities for connection. Remember, every shared laugh, every kind word, every moment of belonging adds strength to your heart in ways medicine never could. So let's pause for a moment and bring all of this together. By this point, we've talked about how movement, healthy food, and hydration create a strong foundation. And now we've added the layers of stress management, good sleep, and meaningful connection. Can you see how these habits, though simple, weave together like threads in a tapestry? One supports the other, and together they create a heart that's resilient, steady, and full of life. And yet, there's still one more habit that brings everything full circle, a daily practice that ties together the physical, emotional, and mental sides of heart health in the most powerful way. There's one more daily habit I want to share with you, and it might be the most powerful of all because it connects every piece of the puzzle. It's the habit of gratitude and a positive mindset. Now, I know this might sound a little soft compared to walking or eating vegetables, but hear me out. Your heart is not only a physical organ, it's also deeply tied to your emotions and outlook on life. Have you ever noticed how your whole body feels lighter when you start the day in a good mood? Maybe it's a sunny morning, you sip your coffee, and you just feel thankful for being alive. In those moments, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure steadies, and your body releases hormones that protect rather than harm. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel happier, it actually makes your heart healthier. And the best part, practicing gratitude takes only a few minutes a day. You can start small. When you wake up, before reaching for your phone or turning on the TV, think of one thing you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of your bed, the sound of birds outside your window, or the smile of someone you love. Some people like to keep a little notebook on their bedside table and write down 3 things they appreciate each morning or evening. Others prefer to speak it out loud, saying thank you in their own quiet way. What happens when you do this consistently is incredible. Over time, your brain actually begins to focus more on the good in your life than the stress or the pain. And that shift directly supports your heart, helping it stay strong and resilient, even through challenges. Pairing gratitude with movement, healthy food, good sleep, stress management, and connection creates a kind of circle of wellness. It's like each habit hands the baton to the next, all working together to keep your heart steady, your body energized, and your spirit uplifted. And here's something I want you to remember. It's never about perfection. You don't need to master every single habit right away. Life isn't about rigid routines, it's about consistency, kindness to yourself, and small steps that keep you moving forward. If today you take a short walk, tomorrow you enjoy a colorful meal, and the next day you share a laugh with a friend, you are already doing wonders for your heart. I've spoken with so many people who thought it was too late to make changes after 60. But the truth is, your heart responds almost immediately when you start treating it well. Within weeks of moving more and eating better, people report feeling lighter, more energetic, and even sleeping better. Within months, their blood pressure stabilizes, their endurance improves, and they feel more confident in their bodies. And years down the road, those small steps add up to more time, more memories, and more freedom to live the life you want. So if you've been telling yourself it's too late, I'm here to tell you it isn't. Your heart is ready to respond to the care you give it, no matter your age. Every step you take, every healthy choice you make, every moment of laughter, gratitude, and connection, you're strengthening your heart and in turn, giving yourself more time to enjoy the things and people you love most. As we wrap this up, I'd love to invite you to pause and think of one habit you can start today. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's adding a vegetable to your next meal. Maybe it's calling someone you haven't spoken to in a while just to say hello. Don't wait until tomorrow. Choose one thing today and let that be your first step toward a stronger, healthier heart. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of people over 60 are discovering the power of these small daily choices, and you can too. You might even inspire others around you, your children, your friends, your neighbors, to take better care of their hearts as they see you living with more energy and joy. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what's one habit you're going to start with today? Your words might encourage someone else watching this, and together we can create a community of strength and support. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss more practical, uplifting tips to help you live your best life at any age. Here's to your heart, your health, and your happiness. May every beat remind you that you still have so much life to live, so many memories to make, and so much joy to experience. You deserve it, and your heart is ready to carry you every step of the way.